Hi YouTube, this is Penwithers. What can I say? Sorry for the fairly long absence. I think it's 5 months since we've posted the video up. I've had quite a few other projects on the go, and the railway took a little bit of a back seat, so we're starting to catch up. Basically, I been doing some work on my house, and all the hours I've had spare has been going on that. But this week I've finally managed to leave it alone and come up here and do a little bit more. Haven't made a lot of progress since the last video, but I just thought we'd give you a little update on what's happening. So obviously previous video was the St Blazy engine shed. So what I have managed to do in the last night or two is do the hard standing around the front of the shed. So obviously this was done with polyfiller, and what I did, I actually machined up some, I think just looking here, machined up some timber just below the height of the rails, and I actually think you can just make out the joint there and there. So obviously I put a timber frame all the way around, so it means that when I put the engine shed in, it locates against the timber, so it gives you a nice clean edge. And basically polyfillered, a little bit of a ramp down off the end here, and in between the tracks I had some plastic hard and cut some strips just to infill. So that's something we sorted out in the last night or two. Gives it quite a nice crisp finish, and obviously this will all be ballasted in around here. And I spoke to Justin at Scale Model Scenery, and he made up a turntable surround. And he's done it with like a checker plate finish, because the idea is with this turntable, obviously I can drop it out from underneath. And if you see here, I didn't really want to ballast right up against that edge because I thought it could cause us issues. Obviously if I get that glued in place, it's going to be a bit of a nuisance. So what we've done, you just see here, I cut a balsa wood packer, and then I've glued this down on top of that packer, and then obviously infilled in between all the tracks, which has made a quite nice neat job. Around to here. I'm going to leave this section here because I have got some plans going out that way, perhaps doing another little shed there. So just have a look. This is the packaging. So Scale Model Scenery comes in 4 pieces. I think he did one for Dapple, but obviously this is the Pico turntable LK55, and that's the code for it. And here's a bit that I sprayed up. I don't know if you can just make out the checker plate on that. So it finishes off quite nice, but like I say, I'll leave this bit for a minute. But the next bit I intend to do is get some ballasting done around here, and with putting this around, it gives me a nice natural break. I'm not going to have ballast up against the turntable at any point. So in theory, obviously I'm seeing underneath that this turntable will drop down, so at least I can, if I ever get any problems, I can take it out. And obviously I need to do some brickwork around the edges and a bit of weathering, and there's rails to go on, and the Sablazy turntable actually had tanks on the side, and I think it used to turn off the I'm not sure if it was steam or vacuum off the locomotive when it was on, so there's a little bit of detailing work to do to that. Like I say, that's really 5 months later, and that's where we're at. So I just thought, been a long time since I posted a video, so that's what we've been up to. One other thing that I was extremely lucky to come across, obviously I call my layout Penwithers, and I managed to, I came across this Penwithers junction box, and that is one of the original nameplates of the signal box that is no longer there. So well, once in a lifetime find. Obviously there is Penwithers junction, and there's the box, but no, I'm over the moon with that. Really made my year. So but it's a big heavy sign, cast iron, certainly heavy. Took 3 of us to actually lift it up onto the wall, so over the moon with that. Anyway, I'm going to leave you to it, and hopefully we'll get on and do a bit more and have a few more regular updates. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye for now.